Good evening, basketball fans. Thanks for joining us on Ramblers Sports Network, and welcome to the Greenhouse. Tonight's Western Clover Belt Conference matchup features the second place Stanley-Boyd Orioles and your fifth place Regis Ramblers. The Ramblers are coming off a commanding 85-57 win versus Cadott last Thursday night. Regis is 8-12 overall, while 6-6 in conference. With the Western Clover Belt Conference season coming to a close this Friday night, and many teams still in the mix for a second place finish, each game this week counts for the Ramblers. Second-year coach Connor Miller and the Ramblers hope to stay in the mix this evening versus Stanley. Stanley-Boyd enters tonight 10-10, but more importantly, 8-4 in the Western Clover Belt Conference. They control their own destiny and can lock in sole position of second place with 2 wins this week, starting with the big one tonight. Also, a second-year man at the helm, Coach Dakota Nichols, has his boys humming along with 3 straight conference wins. I'm Sawyer Stirs. Joining me tonight here is Sean Sire.
Thanks for having me, Sawyer. Pleased to be here. Going to do some Regis RSN stats. Stanley is led by Henry Hull with 21 points a game and Hayden Gustafson with 18 points a game. And Regis is led by Blake Rissler with 20 points a game and Owen Weisenberger with 16.9 points a game.
We're going to toss it down to Joe Roach. Oh, are we having a little parents' night here? I must have missed that. Well, while they're going through that, we will cover some notes here. So, like I said, the Clover Belt for second place at least is kind of up in the air at this moment. So that means that the upcoming Clover Belt crossover is yet to be decided. So that'll be decided after this week. Stanley-Boyd has held steady in that second, third place range throughout the season. Fall Creek is kind of surging right now with getting Volrath back about halfway through their season. He's played 12 games and, has filled in just as he always does. So it should be interesting how this will shake out. Some big matchups tonight. What'd you say, Sean? McDonald. Who is it? Bloomer Fall Creek?
No, McDonald and Fall Creek.
McDonald Fall Creek play tonight, so that'll be a big one there. And then Stanley-Boyd's going to travel to Bloomer on Friday night. So if they can come away with a win here tonight, win on Friday, they're going to lock in second place. If the Ramblers can win out, they might be right in the mix too. So it's just kind of crazy thinking about it. So any thoughts on that, Sean, or what's your insight?
It's just kind of cool to see the conference being so competitive with second through fifth place this year. Most of the times you usually have the 2 teams that are the cream of the crop, and so it's been good to see everyone kind of beating each other up, and grinding games out, and this last week will be really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it's been like in the girls' side of things with McDonald and Fall Creek at the top there. Fall Creek, they took a share of the conference title, and then Regis kind of hung around in that mix too, but outside of that, it's, kind of your top 2, and then there's always someone chasing them. But, yeah, I agree with you, Sean, and it's going to be exciting to see what shakes out this week. And then I'm thinking, is it possibly this weekend that they're going to have the seeding for the boys coming up here for the state tournament?
Yeah, the girls' playoffs start next week with the crossover this week, so boys will be playoff seeding. Matchups will come out on Saturday, I believe, and then next week will be the crossover and getting ready for playoffs, which we all love.
Yeah, I forgot they do that, seeding show now on, WQ, all the ABC affiliates that the state tournament airs on, so that's kind of a cool deal they have, and looked into that for the girls and kind of caught up with what was going on there. So other notes that we have here, just in terms of this matchup between Coach Nichols and Coach Miller. This is their 4th matchup. Again, both are in their 2nd season at the helm. Stanley-Boyd won the first matchup at home this year on Thursday, January 11th, 78-65. So they split last year. Coach Nichols and the Orioles won back in January, so Coach Nichols has the advantage. He's going to look to build on that here tonight, but I'm sure, old Coach Miller's not gonna go lay down easy. So,
well, let's hope it stands pat like it did last year. Both teams won at home, and so they can split the series.
Actually, both teams won on the road last year.
They did?
That's what it says in Joe's notes here. We got Mr. Joe Roach. Says split the season series. Orioles won home. Regis and Stanley split their series last season, with the visiting team clinching victories in both contests. So nice parents' night. Got some roses. Upcoming Valentine's Day tomorrow. Put those in a vase, mothers.
And then a senior night on Friday?
Senior night should be on Friday in theory. We'll see if Coach Sayer got it right this year. Mr. AD.
Well, with no snow and weather issues this year, it's been a lot smoother with the schedules.
Yeah, only one reschedule. It was early on in the season. McDonald for the girls had to get rescheduled. So that took place last week, and unfortunately the gals fell to the max. So now we are going to toss it down once the crowd gets settled here. But we'll pass it off to Joe Roach, who is going to lead us in prayer, and then we've got some Rambler High School students who are going to sing the Natty for us this evening. So we'll be back with you shortly.
Tonight before our game with Stanley-Boyd, we ask your blessings on the players and fans assembled here. Please help all of us appreciate the standards of competition, sportsmanship, and fair play that represent true Christian spirit and values. Finally, we ask your help that all who are here enjoy this game and have a safe trip home. We pray in the name of Jesus our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. And now to honor America, those defending our freedom. Here is our national anthem performed by members of the Regis Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets heard where the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
So nice little rendition of the national anthem, thanks to some of our Regis Choir members. So we're going to jump right into our starting lineups for the night. We're going to start with the visiting Stanley-Boyd Orioles. Starting is number 0, Hayden Gustafson, number 5, Landon Carlin, number 11, J.J. Heller, number 30, Henry Hull, and number 54, Riley Weltson.
And the starting lineups for your Regis Ramblers: number 0, Alex Shula. Number 1, George Woltersdorf. Number 3, Owen Weisenberger, number 21, Blake Rissler, and number 24, Andrew Birschbach.
All right, so a lot on the line for both teams, as we've stated here, but if you're just joining us, kind of a battle for that second spot in the Western Clover Belt occurring here in Eau Claire, and a couple other spots around the area as well. So looking forward to a good battle this evening at the greenhouse on Bill Allman Court.
Both these teams are led by two of their stars. Like I said previously, Hull and Gustafson with Stanley, and Rissler and Weisenberger for Regis. So the role players, I guess, or the non four that I mentioned are going to be crucial in who comes out with this win tonight.
Oh, Birschbach gets the start. I haven't seen the boys play in a while. It's been on quite some time since they've been at home. Been on the road for a while, but we got two of them here this week. And we're almost underway. So are Men in Stripes, Jason Erickson, Kevin Hanuza, and Jordan Clark. And we can never forget Our Lady in Stripes, Miss Zukaitis. Tip won by Stanley. They'll start with it here. Yeah, I don't think you want to leave him alone. So there's Henry Hull right away for three. Good find into Shula. Big body down there, number 54, Weltzen. Orioles are clapping it up, making some noise. Birschbach in the corner, just off on the three-point shot. Nice pass by Hull. So Stanley off to a quick start here.
Ramblers defense is going to have to tighten up.
Be nice to hear a little noise out of the Regis student section as they're here in full force this evening. Nice take by Rissler.
Little 1-3-1 zone, Ramblers are switching to.
A little miscommunication there, but Stanley reels it in. And there's Gustafson. Misses, but rebounded by Shula. Rissler for three, and it rattles in and out. Ramblers have had good looks, just can't get much to go early on. There's Weltzen. Good pass by, I believe that was Carlin there.
Orioles are sticking to the pick and roll game early on.
Take by Rissler, but kind of forced it. Hull came down. I think he thought Rissler was behind him, and he kind of backed out of the way and just lost his balance.
Oriole fans are not too pleased with the no call there.
I'm not sure what they saw to be, you know. Here's Gustafson.
Turnover.
And he gets it to go. Weisenberger getting a set going here. Weisenberger in the corner for three. So the Ramblers trying to claw their way back here.
Back to the 1-3-1.
The one thing the Ramblers can do this year is run that. They're quite a bit more length than they had last year. Welton a little too strong, but holds there. Gets the rebound twice. Finally reeled in by Shula. And they're going to call a foul on number 11, J.J. Heller.
Rissler to the line for two. Ramblers are pretty fortunate there with 3 misses at the basket and able to get it. So.
Checking in for Stanley is number 12, Carter Eisenberger. And for the Ramblers is number 4, Noah Terrace.
Ramblers are appearing to go small now for a couple minutes.
Rissler goes 2 for 2. Interesting look with Terrace at the bottom of that. Welton thought maybe there was some contact there, but no call, batted out of bounds. Going to stay with Stanley. Hole for 3, short, rebounded by Welton. That is a powerful young man down there in the post for Stanley-Boyd. He's a big dog.
He's imposing his will at the start of this game for sure.
Rissler takes it all the way there.
Need to put a body on him for the whole game.
Shula's going to have his work cut out for him for sure. Skip to Gustafson, rebounded by Welton. It's going to stay with Stanley. Good pass inside by Welton to Carlin.
Looking a little bit like Nikola Jokic out there today, folks.
Rissler from downtown, off the mark, rebounded by Shula. Stanley-Boyd comes away with it. All the way, Carlin. It's going to stay with Stanley-Boyd. Gustafson uses his quickness, misses, but holds there to lay it up and in. Good take by Weisenberger. So one of the things we talked about is, it seems like Weisenberger, and as it's inside to Welton, they're going to get a foul on Welton. what I was saying, though, is Weisenberger and Rissler struggle to fire on all cylinders at the same time. So that would certainly be something that would be a game changer for the Ramblers if both of them could get hot. But it seems like they kind of alternate halves, which, I don't know, it's probably fairly common for many guys at this level. But
Well, you know, when one guy gets it going, you want to feed the hand, and then in the second half it switches. But
right. Nice take by Weisenberger.
really like that he's attacking the basket. He's such a good shooter that teams always have to focus on that. Now he's making him pay down low, too.
They're going to get a reaching foul on Rissler.
And with foul on number 21 to Red Whistler's first personal, first team foul.
Missed a substitution there. Number 10, Logan Gray's in the game. Good hustle by Rissler. Just couldn't quite reel it in after he gave a nice Hulk smash to that ball down towards the other end.
Maybe that gives the defense a little bit of intensity to start playing with and have the boys flying around making stops. It's been too easy for the Orioles so far.
Gustafson into Gray, misses the layup.
Stanley's left some points on the board with some missed layups. That's not going to keep continuing, I don't think.
Rissler, kind of a rush shot there. Here come the Orioles. Getting into their set. And it's hold deep two, short. Weisenberger for three, and he gets it to go. First lead of the night for the Ramblers, 16-15 as we approach the halfway point in this first half.
Is that a little cheer I heard from the student section? Is that a little life?
You know, it sounds to be that way. You know, Coach or AD Sire, he's got these new things called Sire Bucks. Have you heard of them?
No, I have not.
I think you know, he'll reward students for cheering. Maybe he hasn't rolled this out yet. Maybe I'm rolling it out to the World Wide Web right now, but I believe they can use them in the school store. No, actually at the concession stand.
Ooh.
25 cents a pop. Fired up to Rissler, who's strong on the layup. So that's a couple mistakes made by both the Orioles and Ramblers on layups. Burschbeck. That ball almost hit outer space, and it's in. Timeout by the Orioles. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, 19-15. Just under halfway through this first half. We're going to toss it over to Zane for an ad.
Give your child a strong start with a Regis Catholic Schools education.
A student at Regis is never a number. We are a community. The chance to have a really small environment was super important for all of our kids. Kids love it here, and as parents, we do too.
I know every single person here, and it's great.
The faith aspect of it and the morals and the lessons learned, you just can't get that anywhere else.
Enrollment for the coming school year is now open. Learn more at regiscatholicschools.com.
Just in time. Inbounded for Stanley. Carlin. Now they're trying to work Hole down low.
Good hands, good activity.
So Coach Nichols trying to pick on Terrace down low. Nice take by Weisenberger. And he shifted Hole down low with Terrace at the bottom of that 1-3-1. But the Ramblers collapsed and wouldn't let him.
Cardinals son of a big man. He brought the ball down to get it swiped at.
Gustafson for 3. And that one's out of bounds. It's going to go to Regis. Good save attempt there by J.J. Heller.
Good sportsmanship, too.
Grissler for 3, off the mark. Tried to get his own rebound. Now he's hustling back as Hole brings it up. Into Welton. All he needed to turn and face there. The big fella might have been able to. Here's Weisenberger with it. Grissler takes it inside, blocked by Welton. Out of bounds, stays with the Ramblers.
Driving into him must not feel very good.
No. Ball kind of got tipped up by Hole, and then Berschbeck was too close to the out-of-bounds line, stepped out of bounds. Subbing in for Stanley is number 12, Carter Eisenberger. So Stanley's been on a little bit of a drought here over the last few minutes. Ramblers are on a 8-0 run. In the corner, Rissler. And he just can't find one to go. Good pass inside to J.J. Heller.
Stanley has really shared the ball well tonight, always looking for the extra pass for an easy look.
Good defense by Hole. Rissler brought it in, but again, swatted away by Welton. Yeah, a little bit of a defensive breakdown there. Heller puts it in for a second consecutive basket, and the Ramblers are going to use a full timeout. We're going to toss it over to Zane for Regis Catholic Schools ad.
Give your child a strong start in our Regis Catholic Schools kindergarten classrooms.
Kindergarten is far more academic than it used to be, but even with all the curriculum that we have to do, we find a lot of ways to make fun.
My teacher's fun and she cares about me.
I appreciate the parent-teacher partnership in the Catholic schools, that the teachers are always willing to talk to the parents and make sure they're doing what's best for your child.
I love to learn with my friends.
Enrollment is now open and kindergarten spots fill quickly.
All right, so out of the timeout, it's going to be Rambler ball.
Alex Schuler into the Rambler lineup for play
If you really wanted to watch and have your soul ripped out of you, the Badgers play Ohio State tonight at 8 p.m. So
on
tune
Peacock.
in. Oh, I won't be watching. That's kind of, that's such a bummer that they have these games on Peacock. You know, a basketball game, not that big of a deal because there's so many of them. But when they have Badger football, you only have, what, 12 games?
Yep.
It's just a bummer. That Big Ten Network. I mean, don't understand it, but it's a business. Good job by Terrace to keep hold of that one. Gustafson was putting a lot of pressure on as Weisenberger fires. Good steal by Waltersdorf. Pass by Burschbeck into Waltersdorf and just got a little too far under the basket. Tipped out of bounds, going to stay with Stanley. Carlin comes back in for Stanley. Gustafson pulls up and gets the friendly roll. Knotted up here. 3.5 to go in the first half. Shula's got to get a body on that screen. Floater by Gustafson. If they keep giving him that, he's going to just dink and dime it all day long.
Stanley, like I said, has been really successful in the pick and roll this game.
Terrace off the mark. Hole all the way, and they're going to get a travel. We got some substitutions here. Number 14, Charlie Hole, freshman, and Rissler back into the game, replacing Waltersdorf. I was unaware that there was another Hole brother, so I think this Stanley team might be good for a while. I mean, look at them both. They're both the same size.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell he's a freshman. He's just a little skinnier.
But if he fills out anything like his brother, the Western Clover Belt's going to have a problem.
Look at them standing side by side. It's just Rissler brings it in, blocked by Hole.
What a luxury for Coach Nichols to bring in another 6'5" kid off the bench.
A little strong on the pass, but Gustafson handles it. Good defense by Burschbeck. One of his strong suits of his game. Fired by Gustafson, and he gets it to go. 26-21. Stanley on a little run of their own now.
Those couple floaters he had really gave him confidence, and now he seems to be getting hot.
Terrace with the floater, rebounded by the Orioles. Hole takes it in, rolls out. Approaching that minute mark, we'll see how the Ramblers attack this. Terrace for three. Just a little long. And there is that. Charlie Hull, the freshman, he's got a chance at A.
And it looks like it's a technical on number 30.
Well, he had a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. So Henry Hull gets teed up there. Must have been some words exchanged. I honestly was not watching, so it did seem like maybe there was some contact and Hull pushed another player.
It almost seemed like he was so excited his brother made a play that he got a little overexcited and then got the technical from that.
Unfortunately for Charlie, he does not complete the three-point play there. What nice little move and lay in there. And Weisenberger's going to take the two shots. Makes the first. And 2 for 2. And the ball for the Ramblers.
And the Ramblers get possession.
See if the Ramblers can use those 2 free throws and get a good possession here before the end of the half.
Ramblers moving it around. Nice pass inside, and Shula gets one to go. So Stanley seems poised to run the final play here, get the last shot of the half. Gustafson for three, and he gets it to go. So that's a little momentum swing for the Orioles as we end the second half. Stanley-Boyd up 31-25. What are your thoughts, Sean Sire?
Well, we got a good second half coming. Gustafson kind of got it going at the end of the half. Finished with 12 points. Weisenberger has 14 of his own, so Ramblers and Orioles are looking for a big second half matchup to decide kind of the standings, like you were saying before the game.
So we'll see what types of adjustments each coach makes at the halftime break, if any at all. You know, it's been tight, so we will toss it off and see you in a few minutes.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Regis Catholic Schools.
My name is Marianne Callahan, and I have 2 children at Regis Middle School. I believe in our Catholic schools because they provide a beautiful faith-based education for my children.
My name is Father Derek Sikowski. What makes Regis Catholic Schools unique is the combination of both strong Catholic faith and a lot of individuals, the pastors, the teachers, the administrators, the parents.
I'm Griffin Johnson. I am a junior at Regis Catholic Schools. Well, it's just a great environment here. Here at Regis is just kind of like we're just a big family.
I'm Erica Gillespie. I teach at St. Mary's Elementary in Altoona, Wisconsin. Well, I think as soon as you walk into any of our buildings, you feel a sense of family. And when you choose to send your kids here, you become part of that bigger family.
My name is Sam Rubenzer. I think the Regis family is certainly something that goes back generations, so that's something that's really wonderful, and you can see that there's a lot of camaraderie and there's again a shared sense of identity here at Regis.
I love the education my kids receive. I love that they get to practice their faith daily here, and that it's in an environment that is just warm and inviting, and they're safe and so comfortable here.
Our kids love being at Regis because they have a sense of camaraderie with other kids that also have a Catholic faith and a Catholic moral upbringing.
The thing I love most about my school is the small class sizes that we have, because that really offers us a chance to have more one-on-one time with our teachers if we need more help with subjects.
The standards are higher, and there are great expectations for our kids to achieve, and the teachers do their best to help them do that.
Our teachers really hold us accountable for all of our academics. They always make sure we're on track, and they always make sure we're working to the best of our ability.
And the teachers really care about your child, and they will support them not only academically but spiritually, and they really go out of their way to make a connection with your child.
We are able to engage at every level of the human person every single day, in every classroom, in every subject, and that's something that you can't put a price tag on.
Well, God is at the heart of all that we do, in everything. And I think what is so great about our schools is that we strive to find ways to serve the community each year in different ways. So even our littlest learners know how important it is to share God's love with their classmates, their families, and the community.
Regis Catholic Schools is accessible to absolutely everyone with financial aid and tuition assistance. There is never any reason that somebody should not be able to go to Regis Catholic Schools.
Regis as a family does really come together and support the people that want their kids to have a Catholic education very well. They come together and provide all kinds of different types of assistance, and so you simply just need to ask for help and be available to receive that assistance.
It is so well worth it for us to sacrifice financially for our kids to come here, because honestly we don't feel like it is a sacrifice. We feel like it is an investment in their future.
But I try to give people the advice of don't look at it just from a financial perspective. Obviously there's a lot of different options financially, and so that's really important. Really try to look at the type of education you want your kids to have.
And our teachers are very dedicated to providing the best quality education for our students, and we're there to nurture them academically but also spiritually and help them establish a foundation that's really based on morals and setting them up for success in the future.
I've witnessed the difference that Regis Catholic Schools make because of how content my kids are. They are just happy to be at school here because they're in a family environment where teachers are invested, parents are invested, and everybody wants what's best for them.
Visit our website to schedule a tour. Learning today, leading tomorrow. Regis Catholic Schools. Witness the difference of a Catholic education.
To the broadcast here. Going to kick off the second half in just a moment. Little injury update on the Ramblers sideline. Noah Terrace seems to have injured his left ankle. Not sure how that's going to affect him the rest of the game, but was hobbling during the break, so I would think his night is probably complete. So we'll see who the Ramblers are going to bring in off the bench this half. Same starters. Shula goes to work versus Welton. Good start by the Ramblers. Good pass over to Gustafson. Nice find. And Gustafson pure on that one. He's up to 15.
Good ball movement from the Orioles there.
You know, that stroke reminds me of somebody, Sean.
Who's that?
I'm trying to, Terry Nichols. You remember that name?
Oh, yes, I do. Coach Nichols' dad. I heard all about his game.
Smooth
back in the day.
stroke. I think he's in his recliner with the cold beverage at the moment. Thanks for tuning in, Terry.
And thanks for tuning in, all fans. Stanley, Regis, whoever. If you're bored.
But just a special shout to
but a special
Terry.
shout out to Terry.
But we love you all, you know. I'm sorry. Good. Wait, thanks for catching that, Sean. We did see that Stanley has a little radio broadcast going, and there's a young, as Welton gets it to go, there's a young man over there. I'd say he's about, is he even 10 years old?
I don't know, but he might be a future Kevin Harlan or
future legend.
Yeah.
Hopefully he never forgets his Stanley roots. Good defense by the Orioles. Walterstorff. Kind of a little out of control pass. Hole couldn't handle it, so. Tyler Galing's going to enter for the Ramblers, in for Walterstorff. Ramblers trying to find a good quality shot here. Weisenberger brings it in, a little contact, no call. Rissler tried to do a little too much. And ball ended up.
Foul call.
Oh, foul. Welton with the foul. I just have to say it again. The amount of Regis students that are here and how quiet it is just disappointing.
You would think with those Sire Bucks that they'd be.
As Welton puts it in. I mean, they got the dressing up part down. They just can't seem to open those mouths of theirs. We'll have to talk to A.D. Sire and see what's going on with his little spirit committee. Rissler, good take. Blocked by Welton, out of bounds.
Rambler fans looking for a foul there, but ref said that it was all ball.
So number 12, Carter Eisenberger's replacing J.J. Heller. Galing's got it. Puts it up a little too strong off the board. Here comes Hole. Gustafson tried to do a little two-man game with Weltzine.
Oh, on his back almost.
Timeout, 30-second timeout by the Ramblers. Should have done my research before the game. Do you have any idea? I would have to assume Henry Hull's going to play somewhere.
I believe the UW Eau Claire Blue Goals.
Oh, he's staying around town.
Which
That's
is
good.
great to see. We don't like to see that local talent get outside.
You know, another thing, just UW Eau Claire wise, volleyball team was here the other night cheering on the girls, which was awesome. So if you saw that, that was cool. UW Eau Claire baseball, one of our coaches from the past couple of years, Jeff Dykes, now an assistant. And I've spoken with him, and they're really making a push to keep the home talent here as well. So if you follow Blue Gold baseball, you're going to see a lot of, Chippewa Valley guys, small school guys. There's a lot of guys around here that can play. So,
and Shula with and one.
No, Sean, it's an old-fashioned three-point play. He's got a chance at.
Orioles foul number 5, Landon Carlin. That's his first personal, second team foul.
It's only an and one when it's happening right live. You need to be right there for that. And one. Were you scared because maybe
I was trying to do a little bit of dramatic effect. Plus, it was kind of a late call.
You're usually good at those, though,
I
right
know.
away. And I'd say probably 75% of the time, the guy misses it, and it's not really an and one. So maybe you're not as good as I think you are. Ooh, Rissler thought about pulling up from 3 range. Weisenberger attacks. Good rebound by Shula. Good strong take, up and in. Little timeout on the floor.
Shula with 8 points this half to really basically keep the Ramblers in this game.
Hayden Gustafson had to tie up his sneaks there.
Almost a flat tire?
Not quite. I think he caught it in time.
Okay.
And here comes Charlie Hole. He's going to replace Weltzine. Yeah, 3'6", well, on the roster, 6'6". So right around that. You know how we like to fib on those rosters.
Oh, for sure. You always give yourself an inch or two.
But, I mean, these guys are, they're towers out there.
They're legit.
Here's Carlin.
Good deflection by Shula.
Numbers. Weisenberger takes it up strong. Good finish there. So 5-point game. Nice move by Hole. Gets the friendly roll there. And Rissler takes it all the way in. So back and forth we go.
Hopefully that gets Rissler going.
Gustafson step back. Little strong. Ramblers are going to slow it up. Shula just a little bit short. Rissler in the corner. Burschbeck saved by Hole. Back to Rissler. He misses again. Pulled in by the Orioles. Timeout. Coach Nichols is going to try and reel the boys in here. Give them a little breather. Full timeout by Stanley. So we're going to toss it over to Zane for an RCS ad.
Give your child the joy of play-based learning in our Regis Catholic Schools preschool classrooms.
The preschool programs have been great. They've been very welcoming, making sure that the kids are being kids and they're also learning.
It's just a very welcoming, safe, open, accepting place that we meet kids and families right where they're at.
It's a great opportunity for them to play with each other and work on our social and emotional skills.
Preschool enrollment is open. Learn more at regiscatholicschools.com.
All right. So we'll give us some shout outs to some sponsors here for Rambler Athletics. Northern Tap House, located in Eau Claire. Sean, what's your favorite item on the menu over there?
They took it off the menu, actually. It used to be the white chicken chili nachos.
I knew this.
But everything I've had there has been good.
Yes, they do run some good deals. Floors and More, Optimum Therapies, CCF Bank, Schneider Siding and Windows, Courtney House, Carlson Chiropractic, to name a few and many more. Thank you for supporting Regis Athletics. A.D. Sire looking important down there. And Gustafson. That one's going to go up and over the backboard, out of bounds. Good take by Weisenberger. Nice kiss off the glass. Oh, miscommunication between Carlin and Gustafson, out of bounds. The big dog, Weltzin's going to enter. Going to replace Charlie Hole, and number 10, Logan Gray, is going to replace Carter Eisenberger. Good movement by the Ramblers.
Nice screen there by
Rissler tried to take it in. Stanley got a piece of it and altered his layup. So they now have it. Good find by Carlin into Logan Gray. Might have been some contact there, no call. But he gets it up and in to go. Rissler brings it in, puts his head down. They're going to get a foul call. Foul's going to be on Gustafson. It's his first foul.
Yep. There haven't been many fouls called tonight. The refs have been letting him play.
And he hits the first. And goes 2 for 2. Wise man once told me, Sean, you know the saying.
I know. I think you should remind me, so I'm forgetful.
Oh, games are won and lost at the line. Championships are won and lost at the line at that.
Who said that?
Oh, head of maintenance, Kyle.
Oh.
Hole gets his board and puts it up. Fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2 of his own.
Foul on Gailing.
Ramble foul on number 2, Tyler Gailing. That's his second personal, first Rambler team foul. Henry Hole at the line for the Orioles, shooting 2.
He's just got a pretty looking shot, Hole, as he makes the first. And hits the second. You'll be sure to see that down at the Sonatag Center in the near future.
When does the Sonatag open again?
I think this coming summer or fall. I believe the final graduation ceremony at Zorn Arena will be this spring. I could be totally wrong on that, but I'm 99% sure.
Good offensive rebound and hustle by Gehling.
Good defense by Carlin. Batted out of bounds. Going to stay with Regis. Subbing into the game for the Ramblers is Shula.
Some good minutes there from Gehling.
Waltersdorf, nice pass into Shula. They're going to get Weltzine for the foul.
Oriole faithful do not like that call.
Orioles foul number 54, Riley Weltzine, his third personal, fourth.
So he's got 3 with,
Alex Shula.
we're under halfway through, or halfway left in the second half. Shula short.
J.J. Heller into the lineup for Stanley-Boyd for Riley Weltzine.
J.J. Heller enters for Weltzine. And Shula gets one to roll in. 4-point game. Closest it's been in a couple minutes. So no one's going to come up on Heller. He's going to hold on to it.
Shula's length and to get a deflection. If 11's going to pull it out, Shula's going to have to go and guard him.
Especially with this much time left in the game. I'm sure he'd be content. And there he is, Heller for 3. So he shows the Ramblers, hey, you might not want to let me sit out there all by my lonesome. So Burschbeck counters for the Ramblers, misses. They're going to get an over-the-back offensive foul. So Shula's going to pick up his second foul. The Ramblers got to make sure that they don't let that take the wind out of their sails as Burschbeck gets a steal, takes it up. Good defense by Stanley-Boyd. That's one where you almost just have to really go into the contact and not
can't
try and
shy
make
away.
not try and make an acrobatic layup. Here's Hole working on Waltersdorf. They're going to get a push before the shot.
Scramble foul on number 1, George Woltersdorf. His first personal, third foul.
And a quick score there by Stanley. Timeout by the Ramblers.
Fell asleep on the out-of-bounds play.
9-point game. Full timeout charge to the Ramblers.
Second time the lead's been 9 points this half. Ramblers fought well the first part of the second half to get back to single digits or to a one-possession game. Let's see if they can do that.
We're going to toss it over to Zane for an RCS ad.
Give your child a strong start in our Regis Catholic Schools kindergarten classrooms.
Kindergarten is far more academic than it used to be, but even with all the curriculum that we have to do, we find a lot of ways to make fun.
My teacher's fun and she cares about me.
I appreciate the parent-teacher partnership in the Catholic schools, that the teachers are always willing to talk to the parents and make sure they're doing what's best for your child.
I love to learn with my friends.
Enrollment is now open and kindergarten spots fill quickly.
All right, coming out of the timeout here, it's going to be Rambler basketball. Let's see what Coach Miller drew up. Going to get a foul call on Gustafson.
Tried to get a little payback earlier from Berschbeck stealing the ball from him.
Number 0, Hayden Gustafson, his second personal, fifth team foul.
Rissler lost the hang of it. Here comes Henry Hole. Coast to coast. Double-digit lead for Stanley. Waltersdorf, nice move, missed it. Good strong rebound, jump ball.
Should be Stanley's ball. Ramblers with the full court pressure.
It's a little man-to-man press. Timeout by Coach Nichols. He wants a 30-second timeout just to go over their press break here. Just want to make sure that everyone's on the same page on the Oriole bench there and on the floor.
Maybe drawing up a press break as well.
Maybe Coach Miller might play some games as well and do a little zone press here instead of the man that he started with. And Stanley breaks it with ease.
That's too easy.
You hate to see it. 13-point game. And even though there's 5 minutes left, the Ramblers really have to make something happen here. This one is just slipping too far out of their reach. Weisenberger gets caught for the travel. They're going to get a travel call on Logan Gray. Kind of a tough spot to be in when you pick up the ball on your bottom.
Good hustle by both teams on that play.
Yeah. Weisenberger looked like he was going after a snap that got away from him, diving as he fires from 3. And Hull tries to take it all the way in. No shot. Looks like Carlin might have taken a elbow to the side of the noggin there. Seems to be okay. Foul on Weisenberger. Out of bounds. Ramblers are going to get it. Weltzine enters for Gray. Little spin move by Rissler. Gets it to go. Hull gets past Waltersdorf. Into Weltzine. Easy layup there.
Gamble by Shula to try to get a steal there.
Rissler from 3. Rebounded Shula, but they're going to call him for a foul. I think that's going to be Shula's 3rd. Good defense by Waltersdorf. Stolen by Birschbeck. He's got those long arms. Rissler fires from 3, and he hits. 10-point ball game. 3.5 to go. Foul by Waltersdorf. It's going to be their 6th team foul. Waltersdorf's 2nd. Next one, the Orioles will be in the bonus. Hull tried to get that one, but rebounded by Weltzine. He's there to clean up. Fired by Weisenberger, that one short. Rebounded by Gustafson. Pulls it out. Oh, into Weltzine once again. What's his point total on the night, Sean?
I believe 16.
16 easy buckets, too. So a little floater there by Weisenberger. Timeout, 30-second timeout by the Ramblers.
I said before the game it would be I said before the game it was going to be important to see which players besides the main 2 from each team stepped up, and boy has Weltzine stepped up tonight.
He certainly has. And looking at their last contest, if I'm reading this correctly, both Hull and Weltzine had 18 points. In a win versus McDonald, 79-55. So Yeah, 20 by Gustafson and then 18 by Weltzine and Hull. I wonder if maybe the stats weren't accurate on Wisports then.
He's really been turning it on lately.
Yeah. Fired by Weisenberger, out of bounds, Stanley ball. Going to get a foul. That one's going to be on Waltersdorf on the ground, but Orioles are in the bonus.
Second personal, seventh team foul. Henry Hole at the line, shooting the bonus.
So Hull goes 1 of 2 at the line, but is able to get his own board. And he makes up for that missed throw with a little floater. 15-point game. Over to Burschbeck. This one kind of shaping up just like the game in Stanley earlier in the season. Good rebound there by Shula, but he couldn't get it to go as the Orioles bring it back down the floor. Gustafson takes it in on a little breakdown by the Regis defense. Rissler takes it up, and he is fouled. It's going to be Weltzine. That's going to be his 4th foul. He's probably okay here with a minute and a half remaining. Rissler hits the first. Coach Miller going to empty his bench here. Minute and a half, 15-point game. Going to get some fresh blood in there for the Ramblers. Got a full bench here this evening. Some of our JV guys are coming up, getting prepared for the playoffs. So Harry Haas comes in, David Riccardi comes in, Ben Baltz. Who else? Chase Brogelman. And Joey Brommer. So nice to see the youngsters get in tonight. Wish it was on different circumstances, but good game here. So as we're approaching the end of this game, Sean, start thinking about your player of the game, and haven't done it in a while, grinder of the game. As Stanley empties their bench. Number 32, Jesse Allard. Number 2, Jackson Gint. Number 24, Troy Haas. 42, Carson Woodcock. 14, Charlie Hull. Fired by Troy Haas. Nice shot by Haas for 3.
Let's see if Harrison Haas can respond.
There's Brommer. Missed. I think the Orioles are going to let this one roll down to 0. Charlie Hull will take it out. And that is going to be the final here from the greenhouse. 69-51. Coach Nichols gets the win over Coach Miller and the Regis Ramblers. Sean, who's your player of the game?
Player of the game is Riley Weltzine. I think he affected the game on both ends tonight. Had a lot of obviously easy looks, but he converted. But defensively, he was good down low and made it tough for the Rambler big guys to score down low. And my grinder of the game will be Alex Shula. Gave a good spark in the second half, and energy was much needed for the Ramblers tonight.
So the two big dogs get the honors at the end of tonight's contest. Thank you for joining us, folks, and we will be back with you Thursday night as the Lady Ramblers take on Owen Withee, the Blackhawks. Thanks and have a good night.